Yeah, I think that people that get into the litigation process get into it for varying reasons. If you talk to half of my clients, they want to be compensated for what they've been through. They want money. They want to be paid money. And then the other half, there are other motivations for getting involved in litigation. When they find out that a recall product is in their bodies and has to come out, the first question people ask is, how in the world can this defective product get onto the market and sold, thousands and thousands of them, put into people's bodies? Where's my safety net? How can that happen? And it's very frustrating for them to learn that the FDA is, in essence, a shell. It's a pass-through. This device was not approved by the FDA. It was only cleared by the FDA. Now, those words might not mean anything to a layperson, but they have huge importance. In other words, for this device to get on the market, all Stryker had to do was point to a previously marketed device that was substantially similar to the device design that they intended to put on the market. And if the FDA sees that the device is a lot like the other one that's already on the market, it's cleared and it can be put into human beings without ever a clinical trial being done, without the device manufacturer proving to the FDA that it is safe and effective. Drugs have to go through that, devices do not. So Stryker never had to prove that this device was safe and effective before it started being put in human beings. And that's very frustrating. So those people, once they find that out, they want to change things. They don't want this to happen to anybody else. The plaintiffs are going to have to develop the case, and Stryker is going to have to understand, be made to understand, that the failure of these devices has caused so much more injury to the individuals that had these things put in them than any other failed hip system in the history of orthopedic implants. That's the big challenge. The big challenge is getting your arms around why this is so much worse. And once both the plaintiffs understand that and Stryker understands that, then maybe some common ground can be found. If you look at the history of Stryker's products, Stryker's product mix is vast. Their orthopedic implant business is a small portion of Stryker's orthopedic and medical surgical equipment business. They've never had a big failure like this. They've made some products in the past that weren't that good. I've been involved in Stryker pain pump litigation. The Stryker Trident hip system failed, but in a very small way. This is their first tsunami. And just like in anything else, you have to sort of live through something to be able to handle it correctly the second time around. It's like FEMA's response to early hurricanes once FEMA was out there was kind of poor, and everybody screamed about how FEMA was ineffective. And as time has gone by, FEMA's gotten better and better and better at dealing with mass disasters. Well, in the scheme of Stryker's business, this is their first great mass disaster. And so I think they're getting their feet wet in figuring out all of the ramifications of having one of these giant disasters occur, and how they're going to deal with it on a going forward basis is hard for them to get their arms around.